Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Inside Burrell Football presented by the Boucher Agency. This is Mike Pavlik. Mike Choma will be along in a little while ahead of our opening game this week against Albert Gallatin on the road for the Burrell Bucks. You can watch Inside Burrell Football every Friday at 10 a.m. right here on YouTube on BSD Athletics live stream. We want you to join us for that. We'd like you to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and then you'll be alerted to whenever we have a show coming up or the football games on Friday night. Well, the Bucks went 4-6 in a regular season a year ago, had that big win against Deer Lakes on senior night here at Burrell to get themselves in the conversation. They were chosen as a wild card, made the playoffs, and were knocked out by North Catholic, who, spoiler alert, are going to be in our conference this year, so we'll be seeing them here later on this season. But a successful first year for Coach Girardi and his crew. Not a lot of turnover on the coaching staff. We'll be talking to one of the new members of that coaching staff coming up here in a little while. Well, the Albert Gallatin Colonials come in riding high. They've won 13 in a row, including a 10-0 season a year ago playing independent ball, but they'll be making the step back up to the WPIAL this year, playing in 4A, and they'll get the likes of South Fayette and teams like that will be in their conference, but they will be coming back. Drew Dindle is the coach in his 9th season as the head man at Albert Gallatin. They'll be coming back up to the WPIAL. They've been busy playing teams from West Virginia and Maryland and some of the other independent teams, such as Brownsville and Uniontown, that were former WPIAL teams that will also be coming back up. Well, Mike Choma is going to join us right after this break, and when he does, we're going to talk to quarterback Antonio Perkins. Also, we will have the new coach that we mentioned, Daniel Thimons. But first up this week, head coach Dom Girardi stops by for his weekly visit, and we'll have that right after this.
All right, here with Coach Girardi for the first game against Albert Gallatin. First question everybody in Lower Burrell wants answered: why Albert Gallatin?
So the WPIL, they schedule your week 1 through 9, but each school is still responsible for scheduling your scrimmage and your week 0. And it's like in the springtime when the dance is coming around, you better go find a dance partner, ask somebody before everybody's picked over. Our athletic director, Brian Farrer, did a great job. He came to me in November with a week 0 opponent, and it was a great pick, and we said, let's do it. And that's way early. That's way ahead of the game. Everybody usually does that in January. Well, the WPIL took their good old time coming out with the schedules. Normally they come out in January, but this year the Easter Bunny was hopping around my yard whenever they come out is March. And of course, what they do, they crossed us with Greensburg-Salem, who was the week 0 opponent that we picked back in November. So all of a sudden we were ahead of the game. Now we're way behind. So it is what it is. We got a game. We'll take it. A little bit further than we wanted, but the kids are excited, so we'll be all right.
They're going to almost see West Virginia from Albert Gallatin. We were in a press box one time. They said, turn around, it's right there. So if you don't want to travel that far, you can always watch the game on the live stream, BSD Athletics live stream. We'll bring it to you. And again, hope we get a lot of fans down there, regardless of how far the trip is. Now, this year, coaching staff basically the same. A lot of new viewers out there. Can you go through your coaching staff with us?
Sure. Returning, like you said, a lot of people on staff, kind of run through maybe some of the position-wise offensively with the offensive line. We have Coach Urbanski working with the O-line, as well as Coach Simmons. New face, Coach Thimons. Danny Thimons was a player for us back a few years ago. Did a fantastic job, an all-conference player. Went to college, played on the defensive line at Marietta, and has come back and is in the teaching profession now, and we're fortunate enough to have him on board with us. He's doing a great job. But those three are working with the offensive line. Ken Choma, you're familiar with, is back. He's helping with the H-backs. He helped me with the quarterbacks a little bit with the H-backs. We have Scott Newell working with the running backs. Also does a big job with the defense as well. Receiver-wise, we have Frank Girardi, my father, Marcus Williams, working with those guys. So it's a good staff. Very fortunate to have everyone. There's one guy that we don't have with us right now. That's Tom Clark. He got, and if anybody knows TC, he's always in the thick of things. He's extremely passionate. He has such a great rapport with the kids, and it's because the passion he has, and he always wants to be around it. And in May, he got a little bit too close to something, kind of got knocked over, but he's doing better. He's recovering and everything. Our thoughts are with him. The kids keep asking about him, so we'll see him soon enough.
And again, he was just great duty for the kids around him. And we're going to have TC's Corner this year. Every week I'm going to interview him. He's been every place. Albert Gallatin told me stories about that. We'll have that on the game broadcast. And again, for what he told me, he said, I'm in there watching the guards and linebackers, and all of a sudden a wide receiver comes out. And when you're in the thick of things, that can happen. So TC, we're thinking about you. We're going to miss you for sure. And again, we'll have TC's Corner every week.
That's TC. And I don't want to forget about John Burrell, our kicking coach. Does a great job as well for us. So that's the staff. Very happy with them. Very energetic guys that just do it for the right reasons, and we're blessed to have them.
John Boucher, Inside Football, he's our sponsor. How do you like that?
There you go.
Now, big year last year from Antonio Perkins. Did everything for you, had a breakout season. Only a sophomore. This year he steps up into a junior role as a quarterback. Do we expect more from him from a leadership standpoint?
Absolutely. Well, yes, for sure. But as I told him last year, or tell any quarterback, it doesn't matter what grade you are. If you're a quarterback, you're a leader on the team. He did a nice job for that, especially on Friday nights. I mean, especially hearing from the other kids. He was very passionate in the huddle and wasn't afraid to get on guys in the right way to make sure that we're doing what we need to do. So he definitely did that. But I've talked to him this year about being more leader in the locker room, not just in the huddle on Friday nights, or in the weight room. And so he's worked on that. He's doing a nice job. The kids look up to him. He's a good kid. So we're fortunate to have him.
And I saw a little bit in that article I read about him. He gave credit to everybody else but himself on the year he had last year. So to me, those are leadership qualities too.
Yes.
So what have we seen in camp so far?
Hard work. Pleased with the kids. Really, in so many ways, so much further along than we were last year. Year two, you hope for that. And we had a lot of returning starters on both sides of the ball, so it really allowed us to work on not just what we did last year, but kind of as coaches we talk about the next page in the playbook. So we were able to get to some page 2 things, and so I'm excited to see us put it together here tomorrow, and it's been a good camp.
Year two, again, we think the growth will be there. Had a lot of great kids last year, laid a foundation of what we're trying to get started here. Look forward to this year, too. Going to be a tough preseason, but again, you're getting the kids ready for it. Good luck tomorrow night, Coach.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Go Bucks.
Welcome back to Inside Burrell Football, presented by the Boucher Agency. The Boucher name has been synonymous with serving the people of the AK Valley for over 70 years, and they're uniquely qualified to help you choose the home and auto insurance that protects what matters most, your family. The Bouchers are independent agents. That gives them the flexibility to work with all the leading companies in the industry to find new ways to help you save on home and auto insurance to protect you and your family. Call your hometown independent insurance agents, John and Nick Boucher, 724-224-4300, and choose the coverage that's right for your family. And as always, their Natrona Heights office is open Saturdays for your convenience. Remember, in the AK Valley, you're in good hands with the Boucher Agency on your side. And for the first time this year, it's time for our trivia question. We asked them here on Fridays on Inside Burrell Football, and then we answer it on the game Friday night after the third quarter. When we mentioned we're playing Albert Gallatin, all right? Albert Gallatin was the longest-serving Secretary of Treasury in United States history. 15 years, all right? Here's the question. Under what 2 presidents did Albert Gallatin serve as Secretary of Treasury? As I told the dean earlier, this is like a 550-yard par 4 to start the front 9. It's not fair. It's hard. But Coach Girardi nailed it with a little deductive reasoning, so good job by him. He was paying attention to his history classes at Valley. All right, Mike Choma will be back. We'll be talking to Antonio Perkins and Daniel Thimons right after this.
Joined by junior quarterback Antonio Perkins. Antonio, there's a great article on you in the Valley last week, and talked about your year last year. Gave a lot of credit to a lot of people, mostly your offensive line. This year coming in 2026, who's back on that offensive line with you?
We have our center, Logan Heekins. We have Aiden Kuhn, Jacob Taylor, Jaron Martin, and Lincoln Shoemaker. Almost all 5 from last year.
Come to have those guys in front of you again.
Yeah.
And that relationship with Lucas is very important. Mostly had a shotgun, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and again, do you prefer shotgun to getting up on each center?
Nah, I like going out of the gun.
There you go. We'll do a lot of that this year. The other guy you gave a lot of credit to was Trey Corey. He's in the backfield with you all the time. What makes Trey so special?
I mean, I feel like he's just a team player. I mean, I feel like if you ask him to do anything, he'll do it. It comes down to making a block, catching a pass, running the ball, he'll do it.
Now that mesh point, a lot of times you guys have to decide who gets the ball. How does that go?
Trey likes to pull a little bit sometimes, but we have reads. We read like the DNs or the linebackers. It just depends on the play.
And again, like I said, you guys do a great job with that because that's the decision point, and that's very important. Speaking of decisions, you're a junior quarterback this year. Last year as a sophomore, again, you did your job, but again, as far as leadership goes, do you think you have to step up more as a leader this year?
Yeah, 100%. I got voted as a captain this year, so that definitely helped with the leadership role. Just being more serious this year, less playing around than last year. I mean, last year I like to joke around a lot, but this year I'm trying to work on being more serious.
Role model, very important. Now, another thing we talked about was you had a great defensive year, too. You were second-team all-conference. You had 3 interceptions, timely interceptions, 2 important ones. That helped out. What are we going to see from you on defense this year?
Hopefully some big plays. I mean, I'm just trying to up my stats from last year, I feel like we have a great defense, though, so I feel like that could definitely happen.
Now, are you the quarterback of the defense? You basically are you free to roam back there in our defense?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely when I'm back at free safety. Sometimes I come up in the box, but mostly when I'm back at free safety. Yeah.
So again, don't make a lot of tackles this year because that's always a problem. I think we're going to get more help up front this year too. Correct?
Yeah. We have a lot of guys that come down to the ball this year with our D line and our linebackers. So I'm ready to see it.
So we don't need any 48-41 games this year. Is that correct?
No, sir.
What a great game last year against Deer Lakes. Have a couple more of those this year. We're very excited about this year. Good luck this year.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're joined by our youngest and newest coach, Dan Thimons. Dan, a Marietta graduate. Coach talked about you a little bit earlier. Again, being the youngest coach, how are you relating to kids so far?
It's going good. I feel like I've been there the most recent out of all the coaches. So, I think the players see that and they understand that, he was going through it not that long ago. So he knows what we're talking about. And because of that, I'm able to, motivate them a little bit more than I think some of the other coaches have been able to so far.
The older guys is what you're talking about.
Yeah. I won't say it.
Okay, I will. I won't. So,
yeah.
And again, like I said, first year at Burrell here, Coach Girardi coached you in high school. What's he giving you as far as responsibilities this year?
So far, I've just been helping out with the OD line, making sure those guys got the technique down. Like I said, also trying to motivate those guys as much as I can, get them into shape whenever they need to, because I think, when it comes from a younger guy who's also a fun guy, wants to have fun out here, they know it's a little bit more serious and they need to fix some things up.
Now again, as far as coaches go, how are you relating to those guys so far?
It's going good. We all love ball. Nothing else to it. What else can you ask for?
And again, as far as guys, anybody in this staff coach you beside Coach Girardi?
I think all of them pretty much. Coach Knoll did, Coach Marcus, Coach Urbanski coached me when I was younger. I think that might be it.
Is Scott Knoll still as crazy when he coached you?
He might be nicer now. He might have softened up.
Now again, what have you got so far as the camp we've had so far? What do you see from our kids here?
I was here last year up until the end of the summer because obviously I had to go finish my last year of football. Looking at where the guys are now compared to the end of last summer, they're leagues ahead of where they were. Last year they were just trying to figure it out, like learning a whole new system in 3 months. It's pretty hard, especially whenever it's high school football. These guys got 2-3 hours a day to do this. They don't have 7 hours, 8 hours a day like you got in college. So trying to pick that up at first can be really hard, but getting a second year into it, and they had the full season last year, I think that they're in a much better place than they were last year, and I think they look a whole lot better.
So again, as far as experience, you think they've built upon it. We always said we had to build a foundation last year. We've done that. Now 2026 has been a big year for you. College graduate, And what was your major in, and you got a job yet?
So I majored in chemistry, and I was a minor in education. Graduated with my chemistry teaching certificate. And then, yes, I did get a job. I am coaching over at Valley. I know that's not everyone's favorite around here, but, you got to take the job where you can get it. That's happened to be where, the cards fell.
We'll expect a good scouting report.
Oh, of course.
Now, another big thing this year in your life, you got engaged. Tell us about that. Who's the lucky lady?
So I did get engaged to my fiance Amy in the beginning of August. We've been dating for 5 years. Met actually before my senior year of high school. So she was around me as a player when I was coaching, or when Coach Girardi was coaching me. Now she's still here whenever I'm coaching with Coach Girardi. So,
well, we're glad to have you in our family, and she's going to be a part of it too. Good luck this season, Dan. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Inside Burrell Football, presented by the Boucher Agency. I want to thank everybody that stopped by and visited with us here this week. Antonio Perkins and Daniel Thimons, thanks to them. And as always, thanks to Coach Girardi for stopping by for his weekly visit. And we also want to thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you joining us. We're here every Friday. New episodes drop at 10 o'clock every Friday during football season. We'd like you to subscribe, BSD Athletics on YouTube. If you do that, you'll know when we're here, and you can watch the shows, usually lunchtime on Fridays, or if you're home, pregame before the games, as we will show the games 6:45 pregame Friday night, 7 o'clock kickoff, as we will do this Friday against Albert Gallatin. All right, thanks again for joining us for this edition of Inside Burrell Football. For the Dean, Mike Choma, this is Mike Pavlik saying thanks for watching. And until next time, so long, everybody.